Welcome to the Rise Together podcast weekly hot take series. Every week, we're going to bring you powerful stories and strategies from leaders who are making a real impact by building stronger, more resilient communities. Get ready to be inspired, motivated, and equipped with the tools to thrive in both your personal and professional life.
Hi, everybody. This is Beth Almaris with the Foundation for Family and Community Healing. We're a nonprofit that really focuses on building resilience and strength through skill-based education and leadership development. And we work with both individuals and organizations. Coming into conversation today, we have Manar Mugammar, who is the co-founder at Knotless. How you doing today, Manar?
I am great, and I'm so happy to be here. And thanks for that warm introduction, Beth.
Yeah, thanks for coming. So why don't you tell folks about Knotless?
Certainly, Knotless is a digital platform intended to connect people seeking Black hair care with Black hair care stylists or providers. This can be anything from solopreneurs who are working out of their homes to full established salons as well. If your listeners might not be aware of the challenges of finding a Black hairdresser who's well versed in Black hair care or textured hair care in general, it can be very challenging. You're calling multiple salons, you're finding different providers, asking them, can you work with my type of hair? And for many individuals seeking this kind of help, it's a very disappointing experience because they might end up going all the way to a salon to only find out that they can only get a specific style or only one stylist can support them. And that stylist might not be there at that time. And from the provider's perspective or the stylist perspective, it might be really challenging for them to find clients or get some type of experience that's positive with their clients because they're out there either on social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, or what have you, sourcing clients through there. They're going back and forth through direct messaging, trying to schedule appointments, and they're welcoming a virtual stranger into their home for most of the time to perform a hair service. So the platform is intended to make those connections and create a little bit of a safety net for both the stylist and the user and the customer to be able to connect together and get the adequate hair care or great hair care that they need while providing everyone with safety and ease of use as well.
That's fascinating. What a great idea. What led you to co-found this?
My sister and I actually have chatted about this for a long time, and it came from our own personal struggles of finding hair care. So every time you move to a new city, you are left stranded, making numerous phone calls, trying out numerous providers, being told, oh, can't do it today, maybe next week, and what have you. Or walking into a salon and expecting a curly hair service only to be told that, your hair has to be straightened first before you can get the cut, or it has to be this first before you can get that service. So it really came about from a personal experience of how challenging it was for us to find any type of hair care that met our standards. So, for example, if I wanted braids, I couldn't go to a salon that I could frequent for another service. If I wanted to get my hair relaxed or chemically treated, I had to go to somewhere different. There was all of these mental load and additional labor that we had to do just to get hair care that everyone else had access to with ease.
Yeah.
And that's really where it stemmed from. It was my sister, Lena. She's not with us here today, but she is a very active co-founder. It was her idea really to have this platform, and her and I built it together through the help and support of our development team.
I love that. It's so funny because for some people, they might just think, oh, it's hair. But I'm like, hair's a huge part of our identity, and when it goes wrong, it goes really wrong.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And then if there's so much history behind it and what amazing service. How is it working with so many solopreneurs?
We are still hacking the kinks of how to work with so many solopreneurs, of course. And I think the intention here is to remove barriers and create an environment where a solopreneur can thrive and build a really exceptional business where their services can really be at the center of what they're providing. They can shine, they can be really exciting services that they're providing. But if they're kind of systems and processes are not ironed out, that can leave customers feeling disappointed and with a bad taste in their mouth. So I'll give you an example. If I was going to a hair stylist and I loved the hair service itself was exceptional, but the booking process and the payment process and all of those other small things have resulted in me being disappointed in the service that I was receiving. That would leave a bad taste in my mouth, even though the hairstylist did the part that they're really, really good at really well and delivered that service. So I might not return to that hairstylist just based on how
Mm,
inconvenient it's been to work with them. And those are the types of barriers that a lot of these solopreneurs are experiencing, especially in the Black hair community. Many of them are working from home or are mobile hairstylists. Many of them are unfamiliar with the processors or payments, how they can receive the payments, and they provide a stellar service. So it's definitely disappointing for them not to be able to take it to a bigger group of individuals. So the idea here is to onboard as many and provide them with the all of the resources and all of the tools to be able to successfully run an exceptional business that really centers the service that they're providing. And from the consumer's perspective, it really is about finding that perfect fit for you based on exactly what you're looking for. Black hair is so diverse and so many different things you can do with it. It's truly exceptional, from braids to locks to having it flat ironed or straightened or silk pressed to weaves to wigs to natural hair care. There is a million and one things you can do that are exciting, and many of our customers are seeking those services. And from that perspective, it's really about making that connection, connecting the customer with the exact perfect fit for them. In addition to the style itself, there's so much thought and attention that goes for so many people that may have a disability. Is this
mhm.
place accessible for me? Can I get
Yes.
there? Can this person come into my home? Do I trust this individual to come into my home and provide a hair care service for me? Or someone might have a child who has special needs, maybe is on the spectrum and may not be able to sit in a chair for an extended period of time, might need some breaks, or they might need some adaptive tools to be able to sit there for their hair service. So with all of that, that's really the intent of the platform, is that the user is able to filter through that with ease. So if I was a parent with a child with special needs that required a hair service, I'm able to filter by providers who can provide that service. If I'm a Muslim woman who wears a head covering and I'm not comfortable receiving a hair treatment in an open salon, I'm able to find that for me as well. If I need a mobile stylist, I can find that. It's really about removing the barriers and the complications that are in the way of people seeking and receiving stellar hair service. And those barriers tend to really overwhelmingly impact communities with textured hair.
Yeah. Yeah. Like so many things.
Yes, yes. And
Yes.
yeah, for sure. And a few of the things that I did want to touch base on is some of our core values that we've really built the platform on. And the main ones are accessibility and safety. So, of course,
Mhm.
everyone, regardless of their gender, sexuality, disability, um, everyone deserves easy and safe care to top-notch hairstylists in the industry. Everyone deserves that kind of access. Of course, we want to empower our users as well and stylists by celebrating and supporting the diverse world of Black beauty and aesthetics. And our platform helps service providers develop their professional skills as well and build that network to better serve their communities. And the most important thing for us is community. A big part of Black hair care is that community. It's reaching
Absolutely.
out to each other. How did you feel about that stylist? Or who did your hair? Or, what are you using to protect your hair? Where did you get that wig? And the platform is definitely intended to continue that sense of community and to continue to build on it as well. And of course, innovation. It's very innovative. It's going from getting your hair braided as a child. For me, I was braiding people's hair in my neighborhood on the stoop out front. I was making extra money by doing that. And for us to be here where we're able to connect providers with customers fully digitally, that's what the innovation we'd like to see more of in our community as well.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. What a really needed service. And I love just thinking about all these people being able to access it and get their needs met in cities that maybe it's not so easy. And I live in Washington, D.C., and we have a very vibrant Black community here. So, but that's not always the case. And so I
Yes, for sure.
love that folks are getting taken care of.
Thank you. I love that as well. I live in Kitchener, which is right outside of Toronto, Ontario, and it's definitely a lot more challenging to find hair care here.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Manar, for your time today. If folks are interested in learning more about Knotless and you, how do they get connected?
For sure. The first step is to visit our website. It's knotless.co, and that's Knotless with a K, as in not free, so KNOTLESS.co, knotless.co. We hope to see you there.
Great. All right. Thanks so much, and take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us today on our Rise Together podcast weekly hot take series. We hope you've been inspired by today's stories and strategies for building stronger, more resilient communities. Remember, resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about growing through every challenge to become bigger and better. If you've enjoyed this episode, please make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with somebody who could benefit from these insights. Stay connected, stay resilient, and we'll see you next time.